Global warming represents one of the most pressing challenges of our time, posing significant threats to become a crucial area of concern for scientists, policymakers, and individuals alike, as its impacts become increasingly evident. With its influence pervading daily life, it dictates not only the climate but also economic and social conditions. The urgency to address global warming arises from its far-reaching consequences, which is the topic of extensive research and discussion. Misconceptions about global warming persist. Many view it as a distant threat, not realizing its immediate impact on health and the environment. Fossil fuels for energy, deforestation, and industrial processes are major contributors to this increase, exacerbating the natural greenhouse effect. Industrialization and urbanization have accelerated these processes, resulting in unprecedented levels of pollution. Factories, power plants, and vehicles emit vast quantities of carbon dioxide, the predominant greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. Deforestation further amplifies global warming by reducing the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. When trees are cut down for agriculture or urban development, this balance is disrupted, leading to increased atmospheric carbon levels and further warming. By understanding these causes, we can develop targeted strategies to mitigate their impact and protect both human health and the environment. Heat-related illnesses, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke, can lead to severe health complications and even death. Increased heat contributes to the formation of ground-level ozone, a harmful air pollutant that can trigger asthma attacks and other respiratory problems. This is particularly concerning for urban areas where pollution levels are already high. Furthermore, the spread of infectious diseases is facilitated by global warming. Warmer temperatures expand the range of vectors such as mosquitoes, leading to higher incidences of diseases like malaria and dengue fever. By prioritizing health in climate policy, we can better safeguard communities against the escalating threats posed by global warming. Temperatures, altered precipitation patterns, and increased frequency of extreme weather events directly affect crop yields. Staple crops such as wheat, rice, and maize are particularly vulnerable, threatening the food supply for millions of people around the world. Water scarcity is another critical issue exacerbated by global warming. As glaciers and snowpacks shrink, the availability of fresh water for drinking and irrigation dwindles. The combination of reduced water supply and increased demand due to population growth poses a significant challenge for sustainable water management. Developing countries, often less equipped to adapt to these changes, face heightened risks of food insecurity and water scarcity. By addressing these challenges head-on, we can help ensure a stable food and water supply and not only cause immediate destruction but also have long-term impacts on communities, economies, and ecosystems. The increasing intensity of hurricanes, for example, is linked to warmer ocean temperatures, which provide more energy to fuel these powerful storms. Flooding has become an increasingly common occurrence, exacerbated by rising sea levels and heavier rainfall. Coastal areas are particularly vulnerable, with many communities experiencing regular inundation and erosion. The displacement of populations due to such events leads to significant social and economic challenges, including the loss of homes, livelihoods, and infrastructure. The rise in natural disasters also affects biodiversity, with ecosystems struggling to adapt to rapid changes. By increasing resilience and preparedness, we can mitigate the impacts of these events and protect vulnerable populations. The 2019 to 2020 Australian bushfires serve as a stark reminder of the devastating effects of rising temperatures and prolonged drought. The fires destroyed millions of acres of land, killed billions of animals, and released significant amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, contributing to a vicious cycle of warming. In Bangladesh, frequent and severe flooding has become a way of life for many communities. The combination of rising sea levels and increased rainfall has led to regular displacement and loss of agricultural land. Global warming are felt worldwide, but the consequences are not evenly distributed. Developing countries, which often have limited resources to cope with climate change, bear the brunt of its effects. These nations face heightened risks of food and water insecurity, health challenges, and economic instability, exacerbating existing inequalities between countries. Small island nations, for example, are particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels, which threaten to submerge entire communities. The loss of land not only displaces populations, but also erodes cultural heritage and identity. Agriculture-dependent economies are hit hardest by changing weather patterns, which can lead to crop failures and reduced incomes. To address these global disparities, international cooperation and support are essential. Deforestation and conservation efforts play a critical role in mitigating global warming by enhancing the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. Protecting existing forests and restoring degraded lands can significantly contribute to climate stabilization. Adaptation strategies are equally important to address the impacts of global warming that are already occurring. This includes investing in resilient infrastructure, improving water management systems, and enhancing disaster preparedness. As continue to rise, the consequences extend across all aspects of life, from health and food security to natural disasters and biodiversity. Mitigating global warming involves a combination of reducing emissions, enhancing adaptive capacity, and fostering international cooperation. By implementing effective policies, investing in sustainable technologies, and supporting vulnerable communities, we can create a more resilient and equitable world. The path forward demands collective responsibility and action, with each individual playing a role in safeguarding our planet's future. By prioritizing climate action, we can protect human health, preserve ecosystems, and ensure a stable climate for generations to come. Together, we can overcome the obstacles and build a world that is not only resilient to climate change, but also thrives in harmony with the natural environment.